Hello and welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Today we're diving deep, literally, into the world of a creature you might think you know, but probably don't. We're talking about crayfish. Now you might call them crawdads or mud bugs, and picture a little reddish-brown critter in a creek. But what if I told you that's just scratching the surface of a hidden world, a story of dazzling diversity, incredible scientific detective work, and a silent crisis that puts them, and us, at risk? Let's get this straight. Crayfish are far more than just bait. There are over 650 different species across the globe, and the southeastern United States is basically the world capital of crayfish diversity. Forget just reddish-brown. These freshwater decapods come in a stunning palette of white, blue, red, gray, and yellow. They range from just an inch long to over 6 inches. They live in fast-flowing streams, vast lakes, sluggish swamps, and some even live their whole lives in underground caves. You've probably seen those little mud chimneys in a wet field. That's the work of a burrowing crayfish, an architect of the underworld. But here's where the story gets really wild. For decades, scientists thought they had a pretty good handle on crayfish species. Then, a new tool changed everything: genetics. With advanced DNA analysis, we're discovering a treasure trove of cryptic species. These are animals that might look identical to a known species, but on a genetic level, they are completely different. Take the signal crayfish from the Pacific Northwest. It was considered one single, widespread species. But when scientists used a technique called genome skimming to look at its DNA, they found it was actually hiding multiple, previously unknown species. They officially named 2 of them, the Okanagan crayfish and, get this, the misfortunate crayfish. Well, come back to that tragic name later. This isn't just a North American thing either. In Croatia, what was thought to be one type of stone crayfish turned out to be at least 7 genetically distinct groups. And in Spain, the white-clawed crayfish is far more genetically complex than anyone imagined. Sometimes, these discoveries pop up in the most unexpected places. In early 2025, a brand new species, the dusty crayfish, was identified not in a remote jungle stream, but from a shipment of aquarium pets from Indonesia. For over 20 years, this beautiful creature, with its blue and purple hues, was being sold in the pet trade under fun, informal names, while its true identity as a unique species was a complete secret to science. So we have all this incredible hidden diversity. But why should we care? Because crayfish are what biologists call keystone species. That means their presence has a huge, disproportionate effect on their entire environment. They're omnivores, eating everything from dead leaves to small fish, effectively managing the entire freshwater community. In North America alone, they're a primary food source for over 240 different animals, from bass and herons to raccoons. They're also ecosystem engineers. Their burrowing creates new microhabitats for other creatures, and because they are super sensitive to pollution, they are fantastic bioindicators. If you see a lot of healthy crayfish, you know you've got clean water. And that brings us to the crisis. Freshwater ecosystems are losing biodiversity faster than almost any other habitat on Earth, and crayfish are on the front lines. It's estimated that nearly 1/3 of all crayfish species are threatened with extinction. In North America, the situation is even worse, with about 195 native species needing protection. The threats are a triple whammy. First, habitat destruction. Building dams, water pollution, and dredging rivers all destroy the places crayfish call home. Second, invasive species. People moving crayfish around for bait or releasing aquarium pets can have catastrophic consequences. Non-native species, like the aggressive rusty crayfish, can outcompete natives. They also carry diseases, like the crayfish plague, which is harmless to the North American species that carry it, but absolutely fatal to native European crayfish. And third, of course, is climate change, which impacts water availability and temperature. This is where the discovery of all these new and cryptic species becomes so urgent. You can't protect a species if you don't even know it exists. Remember the misfortunate crayfish I mentioned? It got its name because by the time scientists finally identified it as a unique species, it had already lost a huge chunk of its native habitat to the invasive rusty crayfish. It was a tragedy written in its very name. So what can we do? Conservation has to be a multi-pronged attack. We need to protect and restore their habitats by cleaning up our waterways. We absolutely must prevent the spread of invasive species. This is something everyone can help with. Never move crayfish between bodies of water, and never, ever release aquarium pets into the wild. And finally, we need to support the genetic research that identifies these hidden species so we can create targeted plans to protect them. The hidden world of crayfish is a powerful reminder of how much we still have to learn about our own planet. Each new species discovered is another chapter in a complex, fascinating story. But it's also a race against time. The fate of this incredible, unseen diversity is tied directly to the health of our planet's fresh waters. Thanks for tuning in to G Fun Facts Online. Let's make sure these amazing creatures have a future.